What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Victor Ray Billup back with another video for y'all, man. So today I'm gonna be talking about the top 10 things that I think Bandai slash Spike Tunes should do within this next patch slash DLC to make the game better. Cause right now, even though the gameplay is the best it's ever been, the game is the deadest it's ever been, bro. And it's simply because they mishandled it, bro. They mishandled this game. They dropped this game mid-story mode, super cheese fest. And they threw us all into the ranked trenches, bro. The cheesiest gameplay of all time. And then it took them months, but they did fix most of the cheese, fix a lot of the gameplay. And then they came with the Beast Gohan DLC. And finally, they added casual matchmaking. And that brought me back to the game. When they added quick match, that's what really brought me back to the game. I promise you I wouldn't be playing this game if they never added quick match. I don't know why they wouldn't have quick match in the first place, but that's what I mean by they mishandled this game. The way they dropped it was just not optimal. Mind you, this game was like a top 5 best highest selling game of 2024, and they're just ignoring us. So yeah, the number one thing they need to do is communicate with the people that bought your product. Simple. How hard is that? I don't know if they didn't expect this game to do as well as it did in terms of sales, but that means they should be going 10 times harder trying to make even more money, bro. They're feeding us crumbs. Not even crumbs, bro. They're feeding us nothing, bro. They're trolling us, bro. They're dropping random Switch trailers, bro, over and over. Instead of talking about the DLC that was supposed to be here. It's about to be a year-old game, and there's no new maps, no new accessories, bro. So they sold 5 million copies of this game plus. They might have made like $500 million off this game, bro. And they can make more if they just actually put in the effort. Okay? You gotta communicate with us. Already know the DLC 3 is coming, but they need to let us know when. What else we can expect with the next season, because they did add seasons to this game. And with the seasons, they need to be creative with it, okay? So I don't know if they're thinking of any ideas, but I'm gonna give them some ideas right here. So obviously, I said we need rewards, bro. We need rewards for playing the game. So in terms of the season rewards, they has to be good rewards first off, and then to unlock the rewards, they could do something like character days or theme days or weeks or whatever, where if you use characters of a certain theme online, you get extra points or something. Anything to spice up the game and make it so that people don't just get online and spam the same 5 characters every single day. Okay? That would be lit. There was one time I got on ranked. This is literally just one time, bro. But like everyone that I played was using a 5 DP character. I was like, wow. Imagine that. Imagine a day where everyone was just chilling on low DPs, having fun with it. That would be fun. It's actually so simple for them to sprinkle life in this game. I don't know if they can bring it back fully because they handled it like shit, but for them to sprinkle life into this game is so simple, bro. So simple. Let's say every season they added a few new accessories or costumes for characters that you can unlock, and then they made some custom battles or episode battles that aren't ass, and then they added some good rank rewards, not just banners, bro. And then something to actually spend our Zenny on, bro, our little Z-Bucks. Let us actually have something to buy. If they did just that alone, that would double the player base, like, of daily players, bro. There would be at least double. Just that alone. That's just number one, though, communication. All right, so now I'm going to talk about some gameplay improvements. So, like I said, the gameplay, especially singles, feels the best it's ever felt, but it's not perfect yet. The most important thing for them to fix in terms of the gameplay in this upcoming patch, this has to be ASAP. They need to fix revenge counter. Every single patch, revenge counter has not worked as intended, bro. And even though it's gotten better, it's still horrible. It's still very inconsistent. There's a lot of specific situations that I can name where it won't come out, even though you used it and you'll lose the skill points. There's times where they do the downward knock and then you try to use it, it won't even hit them. They don't even have to press recession. It won't even hit them. And then there's the revenge counter exploit, which is one of the most annoying things in the game because you're just wasting 2 skill points to give them a free reset. They need to fix that immediately, okay? And they need to fix it without breaking the rest of the game, bro. Because one thing about this game, every time they fix something, they break something else. So they need to fix the revenge counters. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Maybe they'll make it so that it creates more space between you and your opponent when you use a revenge counter. But they do need to fix the revenge counters and make them more consistent. Alright, so next up is another gameplay fix. They need to nerf the key blast loop reset, bro. That, I'm not gonna lie, that shit is super corny to me. Bro, one thing about this game though is that most Z ranks are like learning at a similar pace, bro. So even if it's something that's already been in the game, like that's been in the game, but you'll just get on randomly one week and it's just like every single person you face is spamming this new move on you. So that they need to dead that shit immediately. I'm not gonna lie, because it's too overpowered, bro. The close up key blast reset, those are fine. You could get out of those, bro. But the loop, they need to get that out the game or give me some type of way to recover or get out of it because it's mad annoying. And with that, they need to fix the stun key blast that people do with Cooler and Frost and Glorio and all those people, bro. They need to fix those too. The loop. All right, so number 4, this is a minor change, but trust me, it will make this game way better. You need to be able to revenge counter Kefla's rush special because it's so spammable. It's so spammable. And when you get hit with it, your character just spins in the air till they fall to the ground. So they get to charge up, or God forbid they're in sparking, bro. That means they're gonna run right at you after and hit you with explosive wave. That is so cheesy, bro. They need to nerf her. I'm not even asking for much, bro. You just need to be able to revenge counter out of her special, and that would reduce her cheesiness. Alright, so lastly for gameplay, they need to make the key BlastBarrage specials actually work. Okay? So that those characters with the key BlastBarrage specials aren't just useless. Let's make those work. Alright, so number 5. They need to add offline modes, bro. They need to add offline modes for this game. Like I said, you gotta be mentally prepared to play this game online. So they need to add offline modes for the casuals, but it has to have good rewards as well. Okay, there has to be rewards involved with it, not just random modes. There has to be rewards involved with it. Okay, so mission 100, that should be a no-brainer. They shouldn't even have to think about adding that. All right, next is about the DLC. They need to make sure this DLC is a banger, bro. This has to be an absolute banger of a DLC. There has to be maps. There has to be maps. Not one map. There has to be 2 maps minimum, bro. The game's about to be a year old, bro, for one map. So there has to be 2 maps at least. The characters have to be fun. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Adult has to be tough. Super Saiyan 4 Goku Mini and Adult both have to be tough. Goma has to be tough, and he has to be able to go from like a low DP to a high DP. Tamagamis have to be in it, and they have to be at least fun to use. Who else? Majin Du, he's whatever, but make him at least decent. And then we don't need more characters. I'm not gonna lie. We need more modes and accessories. We don't need more characters. We can get more characters. Like I'm not saying don't add more characters to this game, but we don't need that. We need modes, accessories, and rewards. All right. So next, they need to fix the no HUD glitch, bro, because that glitch started happening when they first started doing the ranked reset. And even though it took them 2 weeks to fix the rank reset, they still didn't fix the glitch when it was clearly there. Like, just fix that, please. Fix that glitch. It's calm. All right, so next, they need to balance DP battles better. I like that they made changes to it, changed the meta. That's cool. I wouldn't mind if they changed the meta every season, maybe. That might be kind of cool, but they need to make it more balanced because right now Whis and Gogeta are super overpowered. Damn near everybody online is using one of those two characters. We need to switch it up, bro. I want more creative opportunities. You feel me? A nigga like me, I might use whatever team I want regardless, but I want them to balance the game mode better, bro, because DP battles, in my opinion, was the more skilled game mode before, but it's definitely not anymore. Right now, it has the least skill it's ever had. I'm telling you, DP battles, it used to get sweaty in DP battles. I'm telling you, bro. I was playing this dude. This nigga was resetting me with Master Roshi just by flying. Like, he would fly mid combo, drop down. He would let Master Roshi drop down mid combo and somehow reset me like that. He just kept doing it over and over. It gets sweaty in the DP battles. I'm telling y'all. But yeah, they need to switch up the balancing in DP battles, make the mid tiers better, and just make it so that you don't have to just be the quickest to transform to win. So yeah, that needs to be improved. Next. So next up, they need to find a way to make this game less laggy online, bro. Simple. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna use the rollback net code. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know too much about all that. I just found out what that was this year. So I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they need to make this game less laggy, bro. If they get their own dedicated servers, they made $500 million, bro. They could get servers for this game. I know they can. Like imagine you got on this game and you were just able to match up with a random guy in Japan, bro, seamlessly, bro. No lie, you just playing some random nigga in Japan. You playing DBZ against some random nigga in Japan. That would be lit, but you can't do that. So I don't know how they gonna do it, but once again, they need to find a way to make this game less laggy or dependent on connection. Simple. All right, so I don't know if that was 10, but that's all I got for now. You feel me? This is just a calm little list, bro. I didn't want to get too detailed because I do feel like they're gonna drop a little bit of DLC news within the next week. If they don't, then I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what to say, but I do feel like they're gonna drop some DLC news soon. I didn't want to get too deep into, you feel me, a rant, but these are just some simple ideas because, like I said, they're not gonna bring this game back from the dead, but they can revive it, bro. They can't bring it. Obviously, they can't get it back to the levels that it was on originally, but just simple things, simple additions to this game could bring the player base, the consistent player base up by like 5x, even more, bro. Because it's not hard, bro. This is a DBZ game, bro. This game is a DBZ game. This is a beautiful ass game, bro. This is a niggas want to play this shit, bro. The idea of playing this game just it's just better than actually playing it. That's the sad thing. It's like that with a lot of games, but the idea of playing it versus playing it is the reason why a lot of people don't play this game no more. So Yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know a little bit of my ideas for the improvement of this game. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button, sub up, all that. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.